Right, so that's it from me. So hope you found it useful. If there's any questions, then fire away and we can cover them off now.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you for that, Jeff. So as Jeff says, if anyone wants to ask any questions, can they do so now? We've got a few questions already come in, but yeah, if you put them across now, obviously we'll get through the current questions and add to that. So just quickly, we've got, can you have multiple tags? Not sure on the context of this, but
yes, yeah, you can. Yes, I can't remember what the limit is offhand, but you can. It's in the tens, so I think 20 or 30 tags per resource. So yes, you can have multiple tags.
Superb, thank you. Can we have CIS blueprints based on CIS benchmarks?
What, in policies or?
I presume so. That's the question.
I'm not sure offhand if they are in there. So if you go into the Azure portal and go to blueprints, and if you add a blueprint, there is a selection of pre-configured blueprints in there. So I can't remember offhand if CIS is one of them, but that would be the place to check.
Sure, and it's certainly something we can send around in an email afterwards, just with an answer to that. So yeah, no problem at all. We've also got another question from Rob. Thank you for this, Rob. Do you know if Microsoft are intending to address the 60 subscription limit for Azure Advisor?
I don't know that. That is something I can take away though, because we are in contact with the product team have a bi-weekly call with them, so I can ask them.
And thank you to Rob for saying CIS blueprints do exist. So that's that question.
Okay, perfect.
Answered. Brilliant.
Thanks,
thank you very much for that, Rob. Another question we got here is how difficult is it to retrospectively construct the elements you have discussed if we've already moved to Azure?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. So some of that is relatively easy. So if you're looking at things like policies, tagging, then yeah, that's very straightforward to do. Resource group and subscription layout, again, can be done. It's a little bit more tricky, but you can migrate resources between resource groups and subscriptions. So if you wanted to restructure that, you could do. Probably the trickiest thing to do would be to re-implement a naming convention, because yeah, that is going to be more problematical. You can't just rename existing resources, so you'd have to do some sort of redeploying and shunting things around to achieve that.
Brilliant, thank you. In relation to Security Center, what scenarios would the free version of Security Center be sufficient?
I mean, I would recommend using the paid for, just because it does give you more information. It does open up new tooling. That said, the free tier is still very useful to get an overview of your security posture in your Azure environment. Where Security Center Standard can make more sense is where you're looking at all of the functionality that it gives you. So for example, things like Defender with advanced threat protection would allow you to potentially stop paying for your existing antivirus product. There's now vulnerability assessment, which is powered by Qualys, that is available as part of Security Center Standard. So we're actually doing some work with a customer at the moment who are using both a third-party antivirus product and vulnerability assessment product. And by moving to Security Center Standard, we can, retire both of those and the costs involved with it. And that's, really scenarios like that, make Security Center Standard very attractive, because you can make cost savings elsewhere and then just implement everything via Security Center.
Brilliant, thank you for that, Jeff. That's the last of the questions that we have. So if anybody does have any questions or wanted to cover anything further off from this webinar, then please feel free to get in contact with us through the website, or obviously contact us directly and we'll answer those questions. We'll also send out a recorded copy of this webinar once obviously we've concluded. In terms of next steps, we've got, obviously, as I said on the as we introduced this webinar, that this is the second part of our webinar series. So we've got 4 other webinars that are coming up as part of this security series. We've got the application and data security on the 6th of August. We've got a deep dive into Azure Sentinel on the 19th. We've got an identity and access management on the 3rd of September, and then we've got managed Azure security and governance on the 17th of September. All of these are on our website for you guys to sign up for if you'd like to. Equally, if you are having trouble signing up, please contact us and we'll send you the details to join. But unless there's any other questions, thank you very much for joining the webinar today. I hope you found it really useful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.